Welcome to the Construction with Character podcast brought to you by Gotcha Covered Portable and Metal Buildings in Tyler, Texas. This show is built for homeowners and property owners across East Texas who want to make smart decisions when it comes to building, planning, and improving their space. Each episode delivers straightforward, real-world insights so you can avoid costly mistakes, work with the right people, and get the kind of results that actually last. So, without further interruptions, here is Kenny Cargill to talk about today's episode. Kenny?
A lot of folks start looking for a building thinking they need something standard, but after a few conversations, it becomes clear their situation is a little different. Sometimes the land is different. Sometimes the purpose is different, and sometimes the problem just doesn't fit inside a normal box. One thing that gets people in trouble is trying to force a standard solution onto a custom problem. That usually creates frustration later because the building may technically work, but it never really solves the real issue the property owner was trying to fix in the first place. Around Tyler and across East Texas, there are a lot of rural properties with unique needs. Some people need storage with workspace attached, some need a cabin that can eventually become a guest space, and some need something nobody else has really built before. That's where problem solving matters more than sales. A good builder should spend more time listening and planning than trying to push somebody into the fastest or easiest option. One story that comes to mind involved a customer who needed a very specific setup involving oil totes. Most companies either didn't understand what he was trying to accomplish or simply didn't want to deal with something outside the normal process. Instead of saying no right away, the goal became figuring out whether there was actually a workable solution. That meant asking questions, understanding how the system needed to function, and looking at the long-term use instead of just selling a metal building in Tyler and moving on to the next job. That project ended up requiring a drive of more than 500 miles just to get one barrel that matched what the customer needed. From a business perspective, that probably didn't make much sense on paper, but sometimes taking care of people means doing things that are inconvenient. The reason that story matters is because it reflects a bigger belief about construction and outdoor projects. Customers are not all the same, and their properties are not all the same either. A lot of problems happen when builders stop listening and start assuming. Somebody may come in asking for a portable building in Tyler, Texas, but after asking the right questions, it turns out they really need a custom workspace, equipment access, drainage planning, or future expansion built into the project. Here's a question that comes up pretty often. What happens when a Tyler property owner needs a custom solution instead of a standard building? The answer is that the conversation has to slow down a little bit. Instead of immediately talking about price and square footage, the focus needs to shift toward understanding the actual problem the customer is trying to solve. That's especially important during summer projects in East Texas because people are trying to move quickly before schedules fill up. Rushing usually creates expensive mistakes later, especially when dealing with land improvements, utilities, access points, or long-term property planning. Sometimes the best thing a builder can do is tell somebody to wait a little longer and think through the project more carefully. That may not sound exciting from a sales standpoint, but planning prevents a whole lot of headaches later on. Another thing that matters is honesty about limitations. Not every custom idea is realistic, and part of doing things the right way is being willing to tell customers what may or may not work before money gets spent. People appreciate clarity more than pressure. Most homeowners around Tyler and East Texas just want somebody to be straight with them and help them avoid regret later. That's why custom building projects should never start with the building itself. They should start with listening, planning, and understanding how the property owner actually lives and uses their land every day. At the end of the day, the goal is not just putting up another structure. The goal is helping somebody create something useful, practical, and durable that genuinely improves their life and solves a real problem. Thanks again for spending a little time with us here on the Construction with Character podcast. If you've got questions about a project or just need honest guidance before getting started, reach out anytime.
You've been listening to the Construction with Character podcast powered by Gotcha Covered Portable and Metal Buildings in Tyler, Texas, a full-service outdoor spaces company. If it's in your yard, they can build it offering full delivery installations and set up for portable buildings, metal buildings, outdoor furniture, play sets, custom cabins, and storage and more. If you're planning a project or need guidance, you can call 9032-825750 or visit constructionwithcharacter.com to learn more. When it comes to building in East Texas, integrity and planning make all the difference. And this is where those conversations start.